Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Welcome to Live. Glad to see you here, or you're glad to see us here.
Thanks for joining us.
Absolutely. And we're going to be talking today about, we're moving into the holiday season, the end of the year. Everybody gets stressed for, and everybody's premeditating the holidays, rustle and bustle and hustle and whatever. And how about if we go in with a little bit of celebration and
Peace.
How do you look at it so much differently than the way you premeditate holidays? Okay, so we all have experiences with dysfunctional family stuff.
What?
Some of us are, no, kidding, joking. Oh, maybe I'm not joking. So, some people may be facing job security right now, puts another stress on the holidays. Are you going to get there on Black Friday to get that TV you've been waiting for? Get it on Amazon. It's probably cheaper at this point. Healthcare. I spoke to a friend of mine I haven't spoken to in many, many years, and she's really worried because she doesn't have health insurance.
Yeah.
If you're dissatisfied or you're premeditating all these stressful things, you got to stop right there. Mm-hmm. And maybe it's time for change. Just like the universe and everything else is shifting and the energy is shifting and we're all being more open and we're all being more desensitized, I'm going to say to, every time you turn on the TV, God forbid, somebody's getting shot. I don't watch the news anymore because there's nothing but negative, horrible things that you hear. So it only adds to our stress. Instead of thinking about that holiday dinner with those people that you really don't want to be around, like for instance, and I'll give you a for instance, and I'm going to tell you, this fits in with the talks that we've had about being truthful, not only to yourself, but on the outside, and just speaking your truth. And people will like it, people won't like it. They get mad, they get glad. And that's kind of like how you have to look at it, because today, if you decide and make the choice that you're going to revolve the rest of your life, your holidays, your coming and goings, what you want to do around other people's lives, then that's your jail. That's your lockup. You're doing that. So let's just say there's a family member, and every time they come to Thanksgiving dinner, they're like such a jerk. Okay, well, have they been coming to that family dinner for the last 20 years being a jerk? Then accept it and move on. Or change your plans. I know, holiday, family, being together, I have 4 kids. And they each have other obligations because they're all in relationships and, except for one. They have relationships and they have other obligations for the holidays. And I'm thinking, well, they have to do that. I do an open house, and when they get there, they get there. I'm very happy if their paths cross, but if they don't, it's not the end of the world. I do dinner on Sundays usually, and we're always together for birthdays and other stuff. And then sometimes there's a random Monday where we have dinner. So why do we put so much importance on one day? And we let it make or break our stress levels. So either accept or change your plans. And part of that is worrying about what everybody else is going to say or think or judge. Well, you know what? How easy is it for you to take care of, like, let's say your family, and you got to do what you got to do. You got to do what your family's got to do. Now think about this. Now you got to worry what like 12 or 14 other people are going to be doing and what they're thinking. Mm-hmm. Does it even make sense? And I'm not saying get rid of holiday tradition. I am not saying that at all. What I'm saying is change with the times and change with what works for you now. People are not getting any younger, and to go through life and not enjoy yourself and really love life is really up to you, and it's really a not good decision, I think, to make to conform to what everybody else needs. So your first thing is to be like true to yourself and decide what your holiday looks like and then make it happen.
So we talked about this topic last week after the show, and I said to Phyllis, it's kind of early. Like, Thanksgiving's not till another couple of weeks. And she was like, listen, they need to prepare. This is not something you can just do the day before. You got to prepare for this, right? So, crazily enough, because this never happens for us, she actually remembered the same topic this morning when we were talking. Like, this is what we're going to do. I was like, okay, first of all, that's pretty good for us being consistent. And second,
we're getting there.
The other thing to be mindful of, because we have, a couple weeks to Thanksgiving and 6 weeks till Christmas, is to...
And Hanukkah and the other holidays.
All the other holidays, right. Those are the ones I
Everybody's
celebrate.
got their own celebrations and traditions.
Correct.
So
and whether
it,
it's something this Friday or like in that time period, you have the time to make the change from that energy to the energy that you desire, first of all. You have the time to change it in your being. And all of the things that you said coming into this too, like insurance, all these things that are your stressors early, like now. Remember the reason why we even celebrate the holidays to begin with. And so if that uncle is like somebody who is always a jerk every year, that's fine. Keep him at arm's length. Change your conversation to somebody else. You don't have to always be right either. So if he always engages in politics, then you just don't talk to him. Hi, how are you? Wish you well. Send you love and forgiveness, and then go over and talk to whoever else you like in this circumstance.
And I'm sure a lot of you are out there thinking, oh yeah, I can't wait to see this conversation when I go to change something. But you know what? Kindly speak up and express what you would like to see happen. Maybe make 2 tables.
You can also visualize.
Put them at the other table. I mean,
you
there
can
are
visualize
options.
another outcome.
And just remember,
maybe he can't come this year.
There you go.
When you visualize that he
God's
couldn't make it,
going to work for you this year.
Maybe he got a different invitation. So wish him well. Maybe happiness. Maybe he doesn't like coming either. So maybe visualize him somewhere else.
Maybe you're just
or
doing
visualize
everybody
you
a favor.
Happily in your own circumstance. But it's all about you and what you're perceiving, receiving, and sending out.
That's right.
So the time is, because I was, a little doubtful when she brought this up at this time, because are we going to forget by next week? But no, because if we're thinking about it today and we're dreading going into this time period, it's a good time to really sit down in your meditation practice that we've been talking about and visualize
the day working out the way you
how
want
it's
it
going to be.
And make that jerk not be a jerk in the movie that you're playing. And
we also, there's one commercial that's on now about holiday gift giving, and she's like, and this present is from the same place that I got last year and the year before and the year before.
Yeah, I just saw it for the first time.
And I was like, I actually felt like that this year. I was like, I'm not doing that. So I'm doing something completely different. I'm not saying what it is because my mother is watching. She's part of the whole activity. But I'm going more for an activity, a family activity gift. Rather than giving something that's like, doesn't feel wonderful to me. I want to feel wonderful and peaceful and happy.
I share your sentiment. The Eagles are playing on Christmas Day this year.
Yeah, 8 o'clock.
So in doing this, I want to give you one clue. Don't go into the discussion. Don't ever enter a discussion or a negotiation angry, because there will not be a good solution if you start out that way. Mm-hmm. Express your feelings. Your feelings are your feelings. How the other person reacts, that's on them if they can't handle what you have to say. Be honest. Don't go with the puss on your face and sit there in another chair in another room watching the game and everybody else is doing their thing in the dining room. Don't do that. Go in with an open mind. Start working on now how you're going to prepare for you to have the best day that you can under whatever circumstances you wind up with, by then. And you want to get to a kind solution, a positive outcome. So you kind of have to go in that way. And you're allowed to feel what you feel. I give you permission to that. Like, you're allowed. You're allowed to feel what you feel. You already know. So go back, start over, clean slate, and start visualizing how you want that day to be. And really pick the players and really pick how everybody's going to act. And don't be obnoxious about it. take this stuff seriously, because you
Well-
know what? If your life's not changing by the things that we're telling you, that's on you too, because we've
Yeah.
both seen amazing positive changes and benefits from what we're...
Yeah.
Listen, I had a situation the other day. You know, there's people who, we've talked about this before too. There are people who, you know, there are some situations that are irreconcilable. And I understand that. And I'm not saying go put up with. But you
Right.
know what? We all have people in our life that, if it was up to us, and it is up to us, we never have to see that person again, and it won't make a difference to us one way or the other. There's no anger about them. You let go already what they did or what happened. You forgave them. You forgave you. So I finally had a situation the other day where I had to be around somebody who I really feel that if I never saw them again the rest of my whole life, it wouldn't matter to me one way or the other. And the horrible, horrible things that they did didn't even matter that day, because you know what? I saw them. I did what I was there to do. I didn't even have to really make any eye contact, and I left. And I got to tell you something. 5-10 years ago, I'd have walked out of there, my heart would be racing. I'd think of all the things I wanted to say. I didn't feel like that at all. I left really peacefully. And you know what? I hope that they left peacefully too, because there wasn't any angry exchange. There was really a neutral, and I'm going to tell you something. I have never been able to experience that in this situation my whole life. And when I did, I was like, oh my God, it was such a freeing feeling. And I'm really like proud that I've gotten to that place.
That's awesome.
Where, you know, it actually happened twice this week. Once in the beginning of the week, and then once Saturday. So, and even my daughter commented to me, she said, wow, I watched that whole thing unfold, and I watched you just
be.
take it all in and just be. And we got in the car, you didn't even say a word, because I let those things go. I let them go. If there comes a time where I have to deal, then I'll do that when I get there. But I'm still not going to come from that place that I don't want to be.
Yeah.
So the holidays are supposed to be a celebration of traditions, and you know, we've made it into family, and you know, it's always been like family and things like that. And I just think that with all that's going on in the world, just being grateful that you have whatever you have, that these people are around, that there's some place to go. And I'm going to tell you, we've all experienced some very devastating and profound losses also. It could be a parent, a sibling, a spouse, God forbid, the most devastating, a child. I can't even imagine. Don't be alone on the holidays. As much as you may think, I don't want to be around anybody, I don't really, here's the deal. They may be gone in the physical, but they're absolutely living on in the metaphysical, in spirit. They are with you all the time. We get signs, we know this. They're going to be with you wherever you go. The last thing that those that have crossed over want to see is you sitting home alone, mourning them, being more alone than you feel because they're gone.
Yeah.
Go be around friends. Go be around family if that's your choice.
Or go do something for somebody, a soup kitchen or something.
But don't be
Kids.
alone. There
Yeah.
you go. You know, there you go.
There's a lot
you know,
of lonely people. Go visit people in a
I took my
nursing
kids
home.
down to Children's Hospital one Christmas Day, and we gave out children's books. I mean, go do something for somebody. Go that extra like step and feel good that you helped somebody else on that holiday that may have been lower than you and you don't even know. Start thinking of the holidays instead of the stress like a real time of giving and unity and letting go and forgiving and feeling the joy that the holidays really should bring. And you know what? we're not that far away from the new year. And here's the thing. 2017, we told you, is a 1 year, which is all about the self.
Yes.
And doing the work you need to do and being your own leader and starting new ventures and this and that. 2018 is going to be a 2. So wouldn't it be nice if you start preparing now for that 2 year, which is partnerships, working together, and
Believing. Believing.
Well, you always want to believe and you want to trust, and start preparing now for the new year of really being open to working on relationships, not making them a sour note, because like we said, it's here. It's not out here, it's here. And when you change here, that's when all of this begins to change. And if you walk into that dinner, lunch, breakfast, brunch, whatever it is, and you have this light feeling around you, you're not going to go down to meet anybody's negative energy. They're either going to come up to meet yours, or maybe they'll leave.
I also have to say,
that is what it is.
Ask for support. So your meditation, angels, I'm a huge believer in angels. And so whatever it is that you believe in, but I had a circumstance this week that I could have entered into in fear. I was fearful. And I, whatever it was. But I knew that if I stayed in that place, that it would not go the way I wanted to go. So once again, I'm just go inward. And so I asked for help. And there was like a specific angel that kind of came up this week in general. And yesterday when my day started out, it was the day that I had to deal with this circumstance. And first thing in the morning, I went to the gym, and there was this beautiful angel cloud in pink.
I saw it on you posted. It was beautiful.
So that happened. And I was like, okay, you're with me? All right, that's good. Good start. Went into the thing, the whole event, and when I came out, I got into the car, turned it on, and the 11s, it wasn't even 11:11 because my car time is fast, but the 11s were there, and I was like, that was like a you're welcome. And I was like, thank you, I appreciate that, and it worked out. So to have that kind of, I ask for help, so whether it's your guides, whoever it is that you choose to talk to, I believe very much in the angels, and they show themselves over and over again when I ask. And you can ask for assistance, whether it's from your source, from your meditation, from your angels, whoever it is that you walk hand in hand with.
Right.
You can get help in dealing with all this and help with the visualization. And I'm telling you, my day, it was amazing. The whole day was amazing. And right. I think I encounter those moments so I can share them forward, and that's why I shared it on Facebook. It's like important to know that, to have faith and know that we're here to help you, and your guides are here to help you, and the angels. Right? So.
Hi, Cara. Hi, James. Hi, Steve. So, anyway, So people's lives are very, very busy, and you have to remember that, just because your schedule is your schedule and their schedule is their schedule, start letting go of feeling like you got to be in control of every situation and every holiday and everything everybody else does, and it's got to be this and it's got to be that. Take the pressure off yourself, and make the holidays a good and a very positive thing. I want to just, before I forget, because I really want to tell you guys about this, we have a planetary calendar. It's written and designed by Ralph and Lonnie D'Amicus, spaceandtime.com. And it's a really wonderful calendar for the year. And each day you can look to see the planetary motions, what are your optimal days, your most challenging days. It tells you all the retrogrades and the eclipses. And there's also, if you buy a calendar, you have the ability to go in and see video instructions and video explanations. But it's a really wonderful calendar to have. We have it here, but you can get it on their site also.
Very excited about this.
And it's really wonderful to really know what you're walking into. We have the 17s. Yeah. You get a free 17 with an 18 if you buy it between now and December 31st. But so do the best you can for the holidays, because you know what? You can't do any better than that. And if you know that you did your best to make things the most comfortable and the most loving and the most joyful, then you know what? You did all you can. And that's it. People really need to learn to take the pressure off themselves. And I think that, like, watching a lot of certain, TV news and stuff brings it to you. And look at all the people arguing over, like, public media things, whether it's the election or this or that. Like, it's almost like we're looking for things to stress us. And going into the holidays should be a joyous time. It's the end of the year. It's your kickback, relax, enjoy. You worked hard all year. You got a new year coming. What do you want it to? You should be thinking about, what do I want in the coming year? What wonderful things are going to happen now? Even though you could be in the worst rut right now because of things that I said, like job security, or maybe you can't work for some reason, and finances are. God always makes things work out. You never know how He's going to do it, but He always does. He always comes through. And the more you trust and the more you have faith in this, the more He brings you. In signs like Kim just described, in messages. I've seen billboards that I've never seen before that have like 3 words that were the answer to what I asked that morning. The other day, I was on my way to work, and I was thinking, wouldn't it be nice if this thing happened today? And I went, you know what, God? It would just be a little more validation that I need, even if it's this much. And I'm not asking for much. And you know what? That afternoon, I got it. And for like, I don't know how long, I'm like, oh my God. So even though I know this, I'm always happy and excited. And you know what? It gets me ready to ask or pray for the next thing and understand. And man, I have learned about timing this year.
Oh yeah.
The last 2-3 years. I have learned about timing. And you know what? We have Thanksgiving, Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, New Year's, all these holidays that really get the adrenaline going. And like Kim said, it's really a good time to like sit back and, maybe today, for 1 hour, shut your phone off. For 1 hour, get off the computer. Turn your computer off for 1 hour. 1 hour. And just see how it feels. Just notice all the time you have to really think about you and take that time to plan how you want to see your holidays happen. There's no sense in going, I got to go to this one's for dinner, and so-and-so's going to be there, and blah, 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 blah. Why would you expend 1 second of energy doing that when you can expend the energy or put the energy out there to make it unfold the way you would want to see it, peaceful for everybody?
Yeah.
So, let's go into the holidays. Make a real point of going into the holidays this year with a real sense of caring about others, because I really think in the world today, it's really important that we do that. And you know what? It starts with one person, and that one person is you, it's me, it's Kim, it's Giuseppe, it's one person, it's you, Karen, Steve, it's you. One person makes that difference. And if all one persons all around start to get the idea that it's easier to live in peace and let things go, and eventually we all start to understand and believe that, it all starts with trusting in yourself and trusting in God that He always comes through. And you know what? I don't know about you, but at the end of the day, I want to go to bed feeling really good and peaceful, that I did the best I could all day. And I start to kind of think about how wonderful I want tomorrow to unfold. And if it comes down to and I know a lot of you really have some issues with this, it's a family member. You know what? You can pick your friends, but you can't pick your family. But at some level, we did. And we picked them for the lessons that they're giving us. So you know what? Be grateful for the lesson. Let them go. Let it go. And that's the end of it. And don't worry about it. I'd rather walk away with remembering when the good stuff was than still be entangled in negative feelings now. So, you know what? Why start now to start that tumbleweed happening when you can just right now close your eyes, let things go? It's a moment. It's a moment. It's about mindfulness, living in the moment. In that moment you're going to take for yourself. Let all this stuff go. And I know like other family members always want to, you know what? Ask them to just respect whatever decisions you make.
Or
And
don't
it's
tell
really
them.
that simple. Well, they're going to find out. So just ask people to respect your decision. End of conversation. And like I said, if it's family members and it's irreconcilable differences, well, if that's what you decide, then that's what you decide. I mean, been there, done that. I really understand that. And sometimes, it is what it is.
Yep.
I'm grateful for my extended family. I really am.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm
I got
grateful for
cousins
my
I'm as
friends
close as
and
could be,
family.
and my closest friends, they're my family.
Yeah.
They're my family. So we want you to have, really start preparing and start doing this and start changing, your attitude to gratitude that you even have the gift and ability to change these things now. We all do. It's about taking that first step and really feeling that peace inside yourself, because then you want to do it again and again and again. And we don't want anybody to be alone for the holidays. So find that friend, find that family, find out where you want to go, and be with the people that you feel comfortable around and that you really love, and they love you, and make all of them wonderful ones. So we did this really early to kind of give you time to start working on this, so you're not like the day before Thanksgiving going whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It'll change, I promise you. I have seen so many
It really
changes
does.
in from things that I just didn't want to deal with or have, and I've seen the changes enough to say that this is worthwhile looking into for yourself.
Absolutely.
And I'm grateful for my life and being happy.
And we're grateful for all of you that join us every week.
Yes.
And please, if you feel like this could help somebody that's a little bit stuck for the holidays, definitely share it. And we will see you next week.
Love you guys.
Love you guys. Have a beautiful day.